All right, you guys. So salute to everybody tapping on in, like, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in the building. Salute to everybody that's gonna tap on in. Appreciate all you guys, man. As we get right into this story about none other than Sean P. Diddy Combs. And if you guys all remember, there was a major story that came out earlier this week, and everybody thought that, oh man, this was some new news, and it was being alleged by Diddy's longtime so-called friend, man by the name of Charluki, that you know Diddy had been basically approached and attacked in prison, and that he had a knife put to his throat. That's what they said. Now, uh, Charlucci claimed, I think that's what it is, Charlucci or Charluki. He claimed, Finney, he claimed that in a Daily Mail interview that Diddy had a near-death experience in his cell at the Metropolitan Detention Center. Now, according to Mr. Finney, an inmate armed with a makeshift shiv, uh, which is a prison knife, snuck into Diddy's cell at night, pressed the blade to his throat while he slept, and delivered a warning. Next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky. Now, Mr. Finney described it as an intimidation tactic rather than a full murder attempt, saying that Diddy either fought off the attacker or the guards intervened, but emphasized it left Diddy seconds from death. Well, I told you guys I call bullshit on that story because I said anybody that pulls any type of blade on you or something like that in prison, they're not finna play with you. They're not finna sit up there and let you survive so you can come back on them. They finna do you. If they can do you, they're gonna try and do you. Now, shout out to my girl, Lauren Collin. I seen her interview, but Raymond Castillo, who was a former MDC Brooklyn inmate who served 46 months for drug-related charges and overlap with Diddy's time there, he came forward to debunk these dramatic details of Charluki's story. Now, Mr. Castillo, who worked closely with Diddy as his teacher's assistant in a prison entrepreneurship and leadership class, explicitly denied that Diddy woke up to a knife to his neck or that was a nightmare sneak attack in his cell. Instead, he described a daytime altercation in the common area that stemmed from a petty dispute over a chair while inmates watched the reality show Basketball Wives. They got basketball wives going in jail, y'all. So apparently, during TV time, a West Coast gang affiliated inmate serving a 30-year sentence demanded Diddy's chair, which Diddy was already using. And the inmate grew hostile, possibly seeking clout by targeting Diddy and retrieved a handmade shiv from a nearby hiding spot. Now, Diddy, according to the story, remained remarkably calm throughout. Not like he was with Cassie in that video. He remained very calm. He questioned the inmate's aggression. Why are you doing this over a chair that belongs to nobody? Stood up without escalating. Suggested that the man pray to calm down and even offered to pray with him on the spot. Mr. Castillo, who was present, grabbed the attacker's arm to prevent any strike, stopping the situation before it turned violent. No one was injured, and guards were not immediately involved in the confrontation itself. Now, Diddy later advocated for the attacker, asking guards not to punish or transfer him out the unit, showing mercy despite the threat. Castillo emphasized that the incident was spontaneous and not premeditated assassination attempt, calling out the tabloid sensationalism for inflating it into a stealthy nightmare shank attack. He credited Diddy's poise and faith-based approach with diffusing attention, aligning with how Diddy conducted himself in prison, preaching unity, discipline, second chances to a diverse group of inmates. including rival gang members. This account paints a less sensational picture of prison life at the MDC Brooklyn jail, which Castillo described as hellish with frequent violence, but noted Diddy received no special privileges and focused on rehabilitation efforts like leading classes that brought even the Bloods, Crips, and MS-13 members together peacefully. So Diddy is, from all accounts, trying to change his life, or he is surviving in prison with peace and no longer stepping on girls' heads and kicking them and doing that shit he was doing on tape. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Also, Diddy has now been transferred to Fort Dix, and his lawyers came out. It's crazy. Fort Dix. Crazy name. But Diddy has been transferred to Fort Dix, where he will serve out his sentence. His lawyers came out today and said they think he'll be getting out early. And this comes amidst all the reports that Donald Trump was supposed to bail him out in 48 hours last week. And then he was going to bail him out before the end of last week. And then I heard somebody say that he was going to bail him out before the end of this week. Well, we don't know what Donald Trump's going to do because it's 50-50. Nobody knows what Trump's going to do. Trump only knows what he's going to do. And when it's Donald J. Trump, it's 50-50. You never know. Because he is truly the final decider on what he wants to do. But I truly do hope that Diddy changes his life, turns his life around, man. I hope he doesn't remain the same type of person. See, a lot of people, they don't want you to be rehabilitated and to be, and to correct the things you did wrong. And I hope Diddy does truly do this, because nobody wants to see a person living and doing the things he was doing on that videotape with Cassie. That bothered me. Seeing a man that much rage towards a woman who has that much power to where he could walk away or just have Cassie removed from his life if he didn't really like her that much, instead of whooping on her ass. See what I'm saying? There's no excuse for that. See, when you make excuses and you beat around the bush, see, you are part of the problem, not the solution. You show characteristics about yourself that maybe you resort to beating on women's asses. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. Appreciate all y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. The inmate debunked the knife story and said it wasn't true. Diddy wasn't in a life-threatening situation. There was no knife put to his throat. And that whole story was cap. Y'all let me know what y'all feel. Like, share, subscribe.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drop weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.